Yo, what is up guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the best strategies for the Forge early game and late game. This is my first video, so I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button and sub down below. It helps me out a lot. Okay, let's start forging. So the first thing I always do when I start a new character is go to Sensei Moro and get all the quests started. There's going to be a bunch of quests in World 1. You're going to want to just accept them all and complete them. They give you a ton of XP and they really help you get started. A ton of money as well. After we talk to Sensei Moro, we're going to want to go into our menu and select a race. Selecting a race is purely RNG though. You're only going to start with 3, but there are some codes that I'll link in the description for you to check out. The 2 best early game races you can grab are the Goblin and the Dwarf. The Dwarf giving you a boost in mining and the Goblin giving you a discount at all shops. This can really help you out early game because obviously mining is going to be slow when you have a bad pickaxe, and picking up that new pickaxe can be pretty pricey. So picking up the Goblin and the Dwarf early is going to be your best bet. And if you do claim those codes and get more rolls, you can always go into your inventory and change your race from there. And once you finish rolling for your race, definitely head down to the mines to get started on those quests and talk to the 2 people down there to grab new quests as well. Once you finish that first quest, go out of the cave and go to the Forge. And for people who already know this, you can skip ahead halfway through the video to the next part. Moving on, the Forge is going to be your best friend. You're going to make all your money, armor, and weapons here. Once you start making your weapon or armor, you're going to have to do some mini games to get a good rating on your item. On my first try, I did a good job, and on my second try, I did a bad job, and you can see the difference in the quality. Make sure you hit all the skill checks as perfect or great if you can't do that. Now, the different ores and gems you get are going to give you better results, so make sure when you're forging to use your good items together. Don't combine them with bad items unless you have to. Once you finish forging, check the armor and damage values of each thing you make, equip the best, and go and sell the worst one at the shop. Once you sold them, go ahead and buy the new pickaxe and you're ready to go into the next quest and deeper in the mine. From here, it's basically rinse and repeat. All you have to do is finish the Sensei Moro quests and you can move on to the next area. No way, we made it to the second area, good job. But before we get into area 2, let's talk about a couple things. Make sure to go to your backpack and check your index. A bunch of money and free XP is waiting for you in there. All you have to do is click claim and you get the XP and gold. After you finish that, you can go over to the weapon section and see which ones you've unlocked and which ones you still need to get. Also, when you're grinding mobs, you can check the bestiary to see which monster drops which rune. After that, you can head over to the quest bar and see which quests you currently have active. You can also see the enchants on your tools and your armor. To get those cool enchants, you have to mine for rare gems in the deeper parts of the caves. And now that you have fast travel unlocked, you can go between both worlds. And this will be super useful when you're trying to get a new pickaxe, and I'll show you why in a bit. And I'm sure you've seen this in other videos, but you can also take the cannon up to the caves as well. Also, on the right and left side of the caves, there's a goblin quest and a couple of hidden quests that you can claim. I wouldn't recommend doing the goblin quest until you are really late game because it's super expensive and will cost you over 100k. But some of the surrounding quests around the cave are super easy and you should get grinding on them ASAP, especially the captain's quests. For example, if you head down this road, you can talk to Line and grab another quest super easy. Alright, once you've done that, head back to the caves and I'll show you some of my favorite mining spots to use early endgame and late endgame. This first area is really good for basalt cores and basalt rocks when you're first starting out. They're super clumped up and most of the time you can hit 2. After you're done checking this area out, you can go down the stairs a little bit and find a good basalt vein and basalt core area as well. Sometimes I also use this to farm skeletons, but it's up to you. Moving on, there's a great spot to farm basalt veins on the top floor in the Ashen Passage. Including the basalt mines, this is a great spot to farm death axe skeletons as well to get those quests done. To farm these guys easily, you're just going to have to learn their parry pattern. It is just a 1-2 delayed swing. After you do it a couple times, you'll have it down and these guys will be easy. The parry patterns for the other death axe skeletons in the deeper area are the same exact ones. The rogue skeletons in the upper and lower part as well have the same patterns, so just keep that in mind. Once you make it past this area, you're going to be able to go to the volcanic depths. The volcanic depths is one of the endgame areas besides the goblin cave, and this is where most of your mining will be done. If you're at this point, your main goal is to just mine ore and craft better items. A quick tip for this area is to skip straight to the lightite pickaxe because that pickaxe can mine the basalt veins, whereas the others before it can't. And once you're at the lightite pickaxe, I would recommend just grabbing the starite pickaxe. Some of the mobs down here can be really annoying to deal with, especially the slime and the reaper. The slime has a very linear attack pattern, but you can only swing once between each parry. And for the reaper, it swings 3 times and has a heavy attack, so these guys are going to be the hardest mob right now. I wouldn't recommend fighting any of them until you have a really good sword and armor, because I still sometimes die to them. Right now you should be grinding out Sensei Moro 9 and above, and all the captain quests as well. And while you're grinding those out, mythic and legendary ores are just going to come naturally. While you're mining the volcanic rocks, you have a chance to get volcanic ash, obsidian, and other mythic ores. As you can see here, I've gotten a couple legendaries, including Cat Eye and a mythic at the end. This is going to be the slowest part of the game for you, as mining these ores takes a long time, and getting enough ores to make good equipment is going to take even longer. What I do is I put on a YouTube video and I sit and mine for as long as I can. Before we end off the video, there is one more really cool hidden Easter egg I wanted to show you guys. You can do this Easter egg early or late game, but I would recommend late game because these blocks take a long time to mine. This Easter egg unlocks you the hidden reef and a new relic ore called fishite. You can mine these blocks with any pickaxe, but I would recommend late game once again because these blocks have 10,000 health. And if you do end up forging these into a weapon, they do 0 damage, so keep that in mind. I'm really excited for the next update in the Forge, and I'll keep you guys updated when it comes out. Thank you so much for watching, have a good one.